Hi guys, good evening. My name is Amoji Chukuma. I welcome you to our first episode of the Jurist Talk show. Here with me is
I'm Onuchoma Sharon, and with us today we have
Samuel Agochuku and
Okafor Ebuka Emmanuel.
Okay, we are having our first episode, and today is our first guest. We are happy to have you people here. So let us go straight to business. The business we are here for, and we are having our questions from the method of social control. I believe people are familiar with this topic. Thank you so much. So before we proceed, would you like to add anything?
No.
Okay. So we have 14 questions for you people. We have 14 questions, and you will have the choice of choosing a particular number. But before we continue, I would like you to know that you cannot choose the same number over again, or when you're here, choose a particular number, you cannot choose it again. Just the particular number. Alright, thank you so much. Okay, so who likes to go first? Alright, thank you. So you have 1 to 14, so choose a number.
Number 2.
So number 2 question, it goes this way. A consumer sues a manufacturer for defective goods causing injury, seeking compensation in damages to restore their position. Have A. This demonstrates the constitutive technique. B. This reflects the grievance remedial technique. C. This uses the administrative regulatory technique. And finally D. This applies the conferral of social benefits technique.
Repeat the options for me, please.
Okay. A. This demonstrates the constitutive technique. B. This reflects the grievance remedial technique. C. This uses the administrative regulatory technique. And D. This applies the conferral of social benefit technique.
B. Grievance remedial technique.
B. Let me repeat again. B says this reflects the grievance remedial technique.
Grievance remedial technique.
Is that your final answer?
Repeat the question again.
Okay. A consumer,
question.
for the last time,
Just the question.
just a question. A consumer sues a manufacturer for defective goods causing injury.
To him.
Yes. Seeking compensation in damages.
This grievance remedial technique.
Well, the answer is B. They are correct.
Out of 14 questions, he already picked number 2, so we're left with just 13 questions. You have the option to pick anyone.
okay, I'm going to go for number 1.
Okay. A man is arrested for stealing government property, tried in court, and sentenced to 5 years imprisonment to data similar acts and maintain societal order. A. This uses the grievance remedial technique. B. This applies the penal technique. C. This involves the fiscal technique. And D. This employs the private arranging technique.
I would say B because it deals with criminal matters, so B is my answer.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, B, penal.
Well, he's correct.
Okay. Seems like people have seen the questions before now.
They came prepared.
Okay. Okay. So we have number 1 and number 2 off the charts. Number 1 and 2 off the chart.
Number 5.
So we have the one number 5.
Yes.
Okay. Number 5. Okay. Here we go. A food company must obtain a license from NAFDAC before selling products. Inspection to ensure safety standards. That go again.
Should I answer the question without the option?
Are you serious?
I think you need to hear.
Wow, don't worry. Okay. Here again, I have the options. Option A. This demonstrates the private arranging technique. Option B. This employs the administrative regulatory technique. Option C. This uses the fiscal technique. And finally, option D. This involves the penal technique.
Administrative technique.
Administrative technique. Administrative technique. You're correct.
So, which number would you like to go?
I'll go for number 8.
Okay. Number 8 says a victim of assault chooses to settle privately with the offender, avoiding court through agreed compensation. A. This is an alternative to the penal technique. B. This applies the constitutive technique. C. This uses the fiscal technique. Then D. This reflects the private arranging technique.
Come again with the question and the option.
A victim of assault chooses to settle privately with the offender, avoiding court through agreed compensation. A. This is an alternative to penal technique. B. This applies the constitutive technique. C. This uses the fiscal technique. And D. This reflects the private arranging technique.
I would go for the private arranging technique.
So that's D.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, you're correct.
Yeah. And the reason is because there is nothing like the first option. It does
this is
not
an alternative
exist.
to the
It doesn't
penal.
exist. So that was
Okay.
why I went for the last
That's
one.
nice. You're correct.
You are doing very well though. I think we will have to up our game.
Honestly,
What do you guys suggest? Should we make it more complex or should we take it this way?
If you wish.
More complex.
More complex.
Okay. Anyways, we have our questions ready. So
Number
okay,
10.
so number 10. Number 10. Okay. A telecom firm is required by NCC to maintain service standards with revocation of license for repeated violations.
Come again.
A telecom firm is required by NCC to maintain service standards with the revocation of license for number 10, right? A telecom firm is required by NCC to maintain service standards with the revocation of license with repeated violations. So now the options here. This applies the private arranging technique. This option B. This reflects the administrative regulatory technique. Option C. This uses the constitutive technique. And then option D. This demonstrates the penal technique.
Repeat the question slowly.
Okay, sorry if I'm rushing it. Question 10. Question 10, right? Thank you. A telecom firm is required by the NCC to maintain service standards with the revocation of license for repeated violations. Should I go again?
Administrative technique.
You're correct.
So, what number would you be going for?
I will go for number 9.
Okay. An oil company is fined heavily for gas flaring, aimed at reducing environmental harm through monetary penalties. A. This demonstrates the grievance remedial technique. B. This employs the fiscal technique. C. This uses the conferral of social benefits technique. And D. This involves the penal technique.
I would say the penal technique because it involves fines. So I'll say the penal technique.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
These guys came in hot. It's correct.
Okay. So just go straight to the point. What's your number?
Number 8.
Number 8. Number 8 has been taken.
Number 6.
Number 6 has not been taken. Okay, it has not been taken. Okay, number 6. The government imposes high taxes on imported luxury goods.
Disco police. Disco and technique.
Wait, maybe finish my question. You might not know where I will land.
There might be.
Wait, let me just finish my question. The government imposes high taxes on imported luxury goods to discourage consumption and promotes local industry. So I have the options here. This applies the constitutive technique. Option B. So why do you say fiscal?
The fiscal just deals with taxation and how government uses the taxation to regulate this affair.
Okay. That's correct.
So, what number would you be going for?
Number 12.
So, number 12 says, a will is invalidated because it did not comply with formal requirements under the Wills Act. A. This demonstrates the constitutive technique. B. This uses the private arranging technique. C. This applies the administrative regulatory technique. And D. This reflects the grievance remedial technique.
Please, what option is the private arranging technique?
B.
Yeah, I will go for B. The private.
This uses the private arranging technique.
Yes, because the private arranging techniques allows you to do what you want to do, but it must be in accordance with the stipulated laws. So when you want to marry or you want to maybe form a will, you must do it in the way the law says you should do it. Like in case of a will now, there must be 2 or more people present when you are doing the will. And marriage, there are stipulated procedures. So you can do what you want to do, but you must follow the law. Thank you.
He is
In
correct.
addition to what you say, it is marriage is not compulsory.
Yes.
But if you must marry, there are rules that you must follow. That's correct. That's correct. So
Number 4.
number four. A group of entrepreneurs registered a company to limit personal liability and enable perpetual business operations. A group of entrepreneurs registers a company to limit personal liability and enable perpetual business operations. Option A. This applies the grievance remedial technique. Option B. This uses the constitutive technique. Option C. This involves the conferral of social benefit technique. And option D. This reflects the penal technique.
Repeat this thing.
The options are the question.
The options.
Option A. This applies the grievance remedial technique. Option B. This uses the constitutive technique. Option C. This involves the conferral of social benefit technique. Option D. This reflects the penal technique.
Come again with the question.
Question.
And this.
Okay. You chose question 4. Okay. A group of entrepreneurs registers a company to limit personal liability and enable perpetual business operations. Option A. This applies the grievance remedial technique. Option B. This uses the constitutive technique. Option C. This involves the conferral of social benefit technique. Then option D.
Constitutive.
This reflects the penal,
Constitutive.
the constitutive technique. You are correct.
So B. I think you guys have answered 9 questions so far. So we're more than halfway there.
Before we continue, let's take a little break.
We'll be right back.
Be right back.
Okay, we're back from our very short break, and the last question was with you. We have just 6 questions left. Question 3, 7, 11, 13, 14, and 15. So,
I'll go for number 3.
okay. A couple celebrates a valid statutory marriage under the Marriage Act, but one spouse later attempts to attempts a customary marriage with another person, the second marriage is declared void ab initio, and the offending spouse is prosecuted and fined for bigamy under the criminal code. This primarily exemplifies a administrative regulatory technique, B, private arranging technique, C, penal technique, and D, constitutive technique.
Come again with the options.
A, administrative regulatory technique, B, private arranging technique, C, penal technique, and D, constitutive technique.
I'll go for penal technique.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, am I permitted to say why?
Yes.
Okay, come on with the question so that I would say my reason why I said so.
A couple celebrates a valedictory statutory marriage under the Marriage Act, but one spouse later attempts a customary marriage with another person. The second marriage is declared void ab initio, and the offending spouse is prosecuted and fined for bigamy under the criminal code.
Thank you. So initially I will have went for the private arranging technique, and it's because it deals with marriage, just between private individual. But the question went further to tell us that one of the spouse now left the marriage again to constitute another after they have been contracted to be binding, like as one. So, and there was fine included. So that was why I went for the penal technique that includes criminal sanctions and stuff. So that is my answer.
Is that a final answer?
Yes.
Well, it's not correct. So finally,
Okay. Actually, can you help us with the answer? Okay. The question says a couple celebrates a valid statutory marriage under the Marriage Act, but one spouse later attempts a customary marriage with another person. Second marriage is declared void ab initio, and the offending spouse is prosecuted and fined for bigamy under the criminal code. Now the options. A, administrative regulatory technique. B, private arranging technique. C, penal technique. And D, constitutive technique.
Constitutive technique. Sorry.
Why?
Because to me, I feel that constitutive technique deals with contracts and others. Something like that.
Okay. So who will tell us the answer? Sorry.
Can I say something?
Both of them is wrong.
I would actually say, okay, since you guys object that the answer is penal, that means it will fall under the private arranging technique because it has to do with private individuals and their conduct. And they say that if you want to do anything, it should be in accordance with the law. So,
Well,
yeah, I have.
well, now this is no longer a question. but yes, you are correct now. This is actually private arranging technique. Sorry, the question has to be sophisticated.
so
Okay, so now we
Number 15.
number 15, number 15. Okay. Number 15 goes thus. A group of professionals operating as an unlimited partnership facing mounting debts, they incorporate under CAMA, that's CAMA, as a private limited company, thereby creating a separate legal entity that protects their personal assets from future business liabilities. This shows A, private arranging technique, B, constitutive technique, C, diligence remedial technique, and D, physical technique.
Repeat the options here.
Option A, private arranging technique.
Constitutive technique.
Option B,
I'll go down.
technique. Do you have an answer?
Yes.
Why did you choose option B?
Because like in that constitutive technique, there's one case. Is it Stevenson versus Stevenson?
Stevenson and Young.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And that one talked about a legal person and a normal person.
Yeah, and the corporate,
Something like that.
corporate body. This is getting tough.
Is it correct?
Yeah, it's correct. It's correct.
So we have questions 7, 11, 13, and 14.
I'll go with 14.
14.
Okay. A 15-year-old caught shoplifting for the first time is taken to a police station, issued a formal caution, enrolled in community-based rehabilitation program, and released without formal charges with the aim of preventing reoffending. This shows an alternative to penal technique. B. Administrative regulatory technique. C. Grievance remedial technique. And D. Conferral of social benefits technique.
I would go with the conferral of social benefit technique.
Is that your final answer?
Yes,
Why?
because under that conferral of social benefit technique, that is one of the obligations of the government to provide educations, to create infrastructures, and things like this. When scenarios like this come up, they can help to rehabilitate individuals that maybe have gone astray in the society. So that's why I picked the answer.
Okay, so let me ask. This conferral of social benefit technique, the purpose is when these things are provided, when these basic amenities are provided, the society will be in order. There will be no need for theft and other things. What you're saying?
Come again with the question.
I'm saying, I'm trying to
question?
elaborate. You understand? Okay, the question.
No,
It's my own question. I'm saying, okay, so the conferral of social benefits technique is to when the government, sorry, so when they provide these basic amenities, that so are you trying to say that when they provide these amenities that it helps to prevent theft?
yes, it actually helps to prevent theft. Under the conferral of social benefit techniques, it also involves the government sometimes even granting matching grants to individuals or firms. And there is a saying that goes thus: the idle man is the devil's workshop. Most of the reasons why our youth are going about raping people, stealing, burglaring, and the likes is because most of them are jobless. So if those things are put in place, we're not saying that it's going to totally abolish it, because sometimes human beings will still be themselves, rational and gregarious. But if gregarious, sorry, thank you.
Can I say something?
Yeah, if that is put in place, it can help. But you can come again with the question, please.
You want me to read
Yeah,
the
come
question
again with the
again?
question.
Before we continue with the question, I will leave. I think we'll have to leave this particular question for our audience to determine.
But I would like to. You went with option D. I would like to say something. You said the conferral. This. I don't think it helps in ending crime.
Cannot, but
It cannot. Left to me, though the audience, we still need your opinion
on this particular matter.
But left to me, I'll go with the panel, the penal alternative.
You know, like it was for like okay,
Yes.
and it cannot be like constituted for crime. That was like
Him taken to a rehabilitation program. Yes,
Yeah.
it's also a form of
as a juvenile,
sanction.
it's a correction. Yeah.
Yeah. So
definitely you answered the question.
But our audience still have to.
our audience still need your opinion on this particular question, but the answer is option A. So
So how
but
many
you did
questions do you
well.
have left?
We have just one question each.
One question.
Each.
That's option question. What am
Question 7 and question 11. Then 1 is our tiebreaker.
Okay, 11 and
7.
7.
Number 7.
Okay, 7. The federal government launches the National Social Investment Program, including free school feeding, conditional cash transfer to poor households, and subsidized skills acquisition schemes, explicitly to reduce poverty-induced crime and foster social stability.
Social.
Social stability. So should I go again or should I go
Should I
first?
tell you the answer? I know the answer already.
Okay, what's the answer?
Is it confederal social?
Confer of social benefits.
Mhm.
Is it correct? I don't know. Is he wrong? I don't know. Tell us. Okay.
Which options are which questions?
Okay, 11 and 13. You pick just one. And
Okay, I'll go for question 11.
two multinational oil companies in a dispute over a joint operating agreement chooses binding arbitration under the Arbitration and Mediation Act 2023 instead of civil. Sorry. Okay. Question 11. Two multinational oil companies in a dispute over a joint operating agreement chooses binding arbitration under the Arbitration and Mediation Act 2023 instead of civil litigation, seeking faster and confidential resolution of their contractual breaches. This shows an alternative to grievance remedial technique, B, private arranging technique, C, penal technique, D, constitutive technique.
Come again, please, with the options.
A, an alternative to the grievance remedial technique, B, private arranging technique, C, penal technique, and D, constitutive technique.
Private arranging technique.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, that's my final answer.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
We'll leave it to the audience. So
before we go over to our final question, I would like to say a very big thank you to our guests here. You guys did wonderfully well. Yeah, we are very happy to have you people here. It's our first episode, and it's our first episode, and we are happy we are moving well. At the initial stage, mistakes are allowed. Even though I don't know whether I'm making a mistake or not, but this platform is for learning. As much as we are here hosting this, we're also learning. We can learn from you and